Hey everybody, it's me, your Dungeon Master, Russ More. Just wanted to pop in before the episode today because the Decimators of Dragons are back. This episode follows the Season 1 finale. We are caught back up in the timeline, and if you aren't caught up with Season 1 and don't want to be spoiled, I'd recommend saving these episodes until you are caught back up. Our new schedule will be 1 week of Story A, which is Moot Glim and Sully, the new crew, and 1 week of Story B, which are the Decimators of Dragons, on and off like that until the end of Season 2. Also, a little warning that this was an emotional episode for us as we were recording it, and it may be for you as well, dealing with a memorial and funeral for one of the characters. But that's all for now. Thank you, everybody. Let's get to the game. Welcome to Dungeons & Dragons. We're a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ More, and with me today is Tom Laird.
Hey, that's me. I play Flint Firebeard.
And Amy Moore.
Hi, I play Anastasia.
Hello. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Not with us today is Carla Johnson. Spoiler alert, if you haven't listened to the finale and don't want to find out how Season 1 ended, now's the time to stop listening.
Now.
Okay, thanks, bye.
I want to derail us immediately and ask...
Please do.
It's been less than 30 seconds.
That's right.
I like it. This is on brand.
If you had to give a TED Talk, what would your TED Talk be on?
Oh, shit. Look at Russ's eyes. They're just like...
Well, Russ, you would, like,
widened.
I don't want to speak for you, but, like, audio editing. Hands down. Like, you could tell so many people so many things in a TED Talk situation.
I don't know.
But what form of audio editing? Because, like, anybody can go on YouTube and be like, audio editing.
Yeah, but they all suck.
Okay, it'd be audio editing and or podcast something. Heavy emphasis on the something.
Sure. Amy?
God, man, I don't know. I do not think I'm qualified to do a TED Talk. Those kind of talks, it doesn't matter. It could be about something that I'm completely uninterested in, like editing audio for a podcast. And then, but you listen to it, and it, like, changes your life anyway. Like, that's what a TED Talk is.
Yeah,
to
they're
me.
always,
it
super
could
crazy.
really be just so inspiring, regardless of your interest in the topic. So, I don't know if I'm that awe-inspiring, but I really like to garden. So it would be something like garden because your life will be better.
Okay.
There you go. And you?
I would do a dedicated TED Talk to just talk about the last round of golf I played because I was really fucking good in it and I want to tell everyone about it.
So this was just a segue of your own accord to talk about how good was your golf round,
God.
Way to create anxiety within me in order to segue yourself into talking about golf.
That's right.
I think that was really selfish of you, Tom.
It doesn't matter. I wanted to talk about it and that was my way in. No, it was really good. I was playing so well. Everything was working great. It was a fantastic day.
Wow. Shoot like 18 under?
Well, it was a team event. But I mean, let's be honest. It was the team was me.
As it usually is.
Tom, so humble.
So humble. But I played so
Modest.
well. Normally I am, but I played so well. Humbleness is out the window for this one.
Yeah.
That's how good I played.
Humbleness.
Yep. Well, that's good.
Humility?
I'm glad it was...
Humility.
So welcome to our podcast. Tom talks about golf.
Yep.
Golf talk.
Golf talk. We're also...
Strap in for the next 90 minutes.
Oh, God.
All right, so we're going to be running 2 feeds. Tom's feed is just going to be talking about golf, and then this one, so pan left, just leave the left earbud in for Tom Golf, leave the right earbud in for D&D.
Perfect.
Okay? This is going to be...
We're breaking new ground here.
Yep.
Yep.
It's going to be real weird. If you want a real mind, you blow your mind, just put both of them in. They sync up to Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, weird how we did that.
Yeah, but everything does.
Russ will tell you all about it in his TED Talk.
Yeah. Anyways, we're a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Actual Play Podcast. And we're also on Patreon, patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. And when you are a patron of Dumbgeons and Dragons, you have an episode dedicated to you. Like today's episode is dedicated to Richard Lawrence.
Thanks, Richard.
Richard.
You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Richard. You can check it out.
Thank you very much.
Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. If all the golf talk is done.
Yes, it's done. I promise.
Put your finger away.
If all the gardening stuff is done.
I literally said one thing, and it was because I was forced to.
You were put on the spot.
I could talk about this reusable metal straw for days.
This is great audio. Yeah. Clink it around in the glass.
Oh, yeah. That's coming through loud and clear.
It's
That's good.
For those of you who can't quite see, it's rainbow. I don't know if that's really picking up on the video for our patrons, but it's rainbow.
Well, it's Pride Month, so it has to be rainbow. It's the law.
Saving the world,
Yep.
like just being there and
Fuck it. Let's play D&D.
It's like Russ is just waiting.
My
Where's the
brain
break?
literally went boop boop boop.
We open on a scene at Waterdeep. It's about a week after the final battle at the Well of Dragons. The remaining forces have all made their way back to Waterdeep, and there is a massive gathering outside Castle Waterdeep. Up from a large balcony, we see Lady Laird Silverhand, Leosin, and Lord Daggled Neverember moving to address a waiting crowd that stands before them, which is a large percentage of the population of the surrounding area of Faerun, who have and had come to Waterdeep, escaping the cult's reach. All around the city, we see flags at half-mast from all of the various factions and alliances from around Faerun. Alongside them, we see banners of the Decimators of Dragons. Before Lady Laird Silverhand, we see a large casket. And in front of that casket is Nulara's sword, Dragon Slayer. Down in front, battle-weary and scarred, we see Flamekins, Thaddeus, Delane Winterhound, and all number of Allied Forces leaders. Lady Laird goes to address the crowd. During the speech, she goes on to say that of the Allied forces, more than half were lost, including one of the beacons of hope, Nulara Moonbrook, struck down while defeating Tiamat herself. We look around the crowd, and there's a noticeable absence. Flint and Thea are nowhere to be seen. We cut to an unmarked caravan on the road between Waterdeep and the High Forest. It's raining, pouring rain. Two figures are at the seat of the caravan, hoods over their heads, as they move down a all but empty road. We move in on the figures, to see Flint and Thea. Donnie seated behind them in the caravan. And they are traveling. What are you two doing and talking about?
Well, Thea is for sure smoking a joint. She's regressed a little bit after the loss of her bestie. And is kind of slumped down, horrific posture, hood over her head. Silent, which is odd for her.
Flint is just kind of scanning the tree line next to the road because he's a soldier. He's always on guard. You never know when someone's going to jump out there.
Thea hopes someone jumps out there.
I imagine it's been silent for quite a while. You two, after returning to Waterdeep, met with Leosin. We cut back to a couple days earlier as you arrive back in Waterdeep. I mean, you go to Leosin's chambers as kind of a debrief of sorts, and he's seated at his desk, just kind of blankly staring as you two enter.
Flint just flops down in a chair.
Thea, I think, paces around the room. How's things?
Well, thanks to you, we won. That's how things are. The cult's forces have retreated, all that were left. And we estimate a good number of them were killed on the battlefield.
Would you say at least 80%?
You know what? I am a man of math. I would say somewhere in the vicinity of 80%. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back home on that one.
I mean, you say it was a win, but it doesn't really feel like it.
No, it does not feel like a win today. This is what we had discussed before you left, is that we prepared for the worst, hoped for the best, which overall, Faerun is safe for now, but at a cost of many of our own, including our dear friend Nulara.
I mean, I know we had the conversations before we left, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't think we'd need him. Just thought it was a formality.
That's what I hoped for as well, Flynn. I knew the battle that you were going into would be one that would be hard to win.
What are we supposed to do now?
In terms of what, Thea?
I don't know.
I think just
In terms of anything.
In general.
What
Our
do we do?
purpose is a little gone now.
I understand. It's not going to seem like much consolation, but you will be greatly rewarded for your service to Waterdeep.
Oh, I don't give a shit
and
about
to
that.
Faerun. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get it.
Give my half to Nulara's family.
Yeah, mine too.
That comes to what Nulara wanted to do. in the event that she did not make it back. There will be a ceremony held here in the city. All will be invited to celebrate those that fought, those that won and came back, and those that won and paid the ultimate price. Nulara understood that this might be something, but said that she did not want to be part of it in a direct sense. And she requested that you, Flint and Thea, take her back to High Forest, to her family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
When do we leave?
You can leave as soon as you are ready.
I'm ready.
Yep. Let's go.
Is there anything else that Nulara said to you? I don't know. Anything she may have written or that she wanted us to know in the event of her, you know.
She has given explicit instructions where her material possessions are to go and where her remains are to be laid to rest. She knew that this could happen, and knowing Nulara as much as I did, this is a way that if she had to go out, this is the way she wanted to do it.
Well, I can't argue with you there. Blaze of Glory was always.
Yep. I mean,
we discussed it once on that train. Top 5 ways to go. Blaze of Glory was one.
We will pack everything into an unmarked caravan and send you on your way. You will travel alone. I don't anticipate much in terms of resistance along the way. At the very least, anything that you two cannot handle. After that, any place you want within the realm is yours. Any position is yours. Any task is yours. We are here to help you find purpose where you can. For now, your task, as you have said, is to take Nulara home. And we cut back to the caravan. Silent still. You can tell you're getting closer to where Nulara's family's homestead is, based on the directions and distances you've traveled and have been given by Leosin, because you yourselves have not been there. Maybe you and Nulara have talked about it, but he's given you direct, very explicit directions on how to get there.
Hey, do you think Nulara asked to go back home because she knew what an utter pain in the ass it would be to travel her all this way back to go and put her, like, with her family? Do you think that's why she did it?
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I honestly wouldn't.
Bitch got the last laugh, didn't she?
She was always crafty, though. You knew she would.
Shouldn't have been her.
No, I mean, it should have been all of us.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were walking away.
Do you feel as guilty as I feel? Because I feel guilty. I think that's survivor's remorse.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I could have done more. I could have got to her faster.
I mean, I think we all could have done more.
I don't think you could have done more.
I think I could have. I saved my one big shot for the very end, and what if I'd done it sooner? Maybe it would have been enough to have her survive.
You beat the shit out of a 5-headed dragon.
But I still feel like I could have done more.
Maybe it's just the way it was supposed to be, or whatever.
Could have been.
I think at this point, the rain's letting up, and you put your hood down. Flint, you were underneath the largest blast of flame from Tiamat. As was previously discussed, armor was melting into skin, was melting into dragon scale. As you lower your hood, having been magically healed by this point, what does Flint look like now?
Definitely more scarred than before. There's a patch of his beard that, will not grow back.
Oh, God.
I mean, that magical healing can only do so much.
In terms of the amount of dragon scale that we see, you had previously, last we saw, it was on your arm and chest. What does it look like now?
Yeah, I mean, similar, maybe a little more encroachment up the neck.
I turn over and I kind of touch the scales on your neck. And I'm like, what's it feel like?
Doesn't really feel any different than it did before. I know it would feel different for you, but for you touching me, it feels the same.
Do you have to, clean them with a toothbrush? Because I had a turtle once, and I had to clean his shell and scales with a toothbrush.
I mean, you know those, really coarse brushes that people use on their feet?
Oh, yeah.
I use one of those, and it seems to do the job pretty well.
I bet that feel really good.
I mean, it does.
Do you shed any?
No, I haven't noticed any. I'm sure that they probably do, but you know, when you have an itchy back and someone just hits that spot perfectly? That's what it feels like when I use that brush. It's great.
Oh. That's very intimate sharing. Flint, thank you.
You continue traveling for a while. Everybody make a perception check.
What? I don't even have my dice out.
You're playing D&D. What are you doing?
I mean, you should have your dice out.
Sometimes I have my dice out and I never get to use them.
Yeah.
15 for me.
Oh, wait. Perception. My perception is good. 17. I rolled an 8. Yay for bonus.
Flint, you're watching the line there, so you can roll with advantage, too.
Oh, sure.
Because you had previously mentioned that you were watching the
on it. It was less than the 15. So.
Okay.
Plus, I distracted him a bit by talking
Sure.
about grooming habits.
It's true.
You see... Well, both of you see, ahead of you, a man standing in the road.
Does he look friendly?
He doesn't look unfriendly.
Does he look hurt?
Nope. Thea, you notice some movement off to the right in the trees as you have made your way more into high forest now. And as you approach him, he calls out and says, hey there. What brings you out this far?
That business is my own.
Fair enough. Transporting goods, services, something else?
Precious cargo.
Good.
I look at Flint and I go, precious cargo? Precious fucking cargo.
The most precious.
You know, this guy's gonna fucking try to steal from us, Flint. God damn it.
I mean,
Has it been so long?
I think we can handle this one dude.
And then I nudge my head over to the right where there is some movement in the forest on the side. And I'm like, it's not just the one. It's never just the one dude.
Well, shit.
The guy has kind of put himself in the way of your carriage.
I draw my bow. And I aim it at him.
Whoa. What seems to be the problem here?
Who are you?
My name?
Yes,
my name
your
is,
name.
Well, my friends call me Davy, but I don't know if if we're friends yet.
What's your last name, Davy?
Jones.
Davy Jones?
Yeah.
Are you bullshitting me right now?
Why would I do that?
Dude does not look like any motherfucking pirate I know. Davy.
Reminds me of that traveling bard. There was another Davy Jones, though, so he renamed to David Bowie.
Oh. Well, maybe he can rename himself to David Arrow after I put one of these in his leg.
I might not want to do that if I were you. See, I've got friends in the trees who...
Would you say they're friends in high places? Are they up in the trees?
You're good. You're good, you. I got friends in the trees, up in high places, and they're a little bit iffy on people traveling down their road. So they may have things trained on you. Is all I'm telling you.
Their road? What makes it their road?
Well, since, there's not many people out here, it's taking claims, it's just redividing the land back to who it should belong to. And it's not me. It's not me. It's my boss. He likes this plot of land.
Who's your boss?
Oh, like I said, I don't know if we're friends yet, my dear.
Oh, I don't need to be friends with you to talk to your boss.
Fair enough. Anyways, I ask you to lower your weapons. We just want to take a look at what you're transporting, and then we'll let you on your way.
What side of the battle did you fight on?
Side of the battle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you not heard?
Yeah, the big
big
battle that just happened.
The big,
five-headed dragon and all.
Thing. The big thing. We didn't fight in the battle.
Oh, you didn't fight in the battle. So you are currently enjoying your unenslaved life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And who do you have to thank for that?
I mean, ourselves. Obviously, we didn't get in the mix of all that.
Thea releases an arrow into this dude's foot. She is not fucking around, and she is kind of like a loose cannon at this point.
Okay, roll for attack.
I'm gonna roll for
Actually, roll for initiative, and then roll for attack.
Sorry, Flint. I don't know if you were looking for this kind of party, but
if they
Thea's
were going to
ready
come
to
near
party.
the thing, I was going to start swinging, so it's fine.
I didn't even want to wait. The fact that he didn't even know who... Never... You know what? I can't even get into it right now. It's only 15. But do I get to go first anyway because I surprise attacked him?
Well, yeah, you get a first round.
Okay.
Okay, you loose an arrow.
It's a 20. Not now.
Okay.
And it's just with my longbow. It's 1... So it's 7 piercing damage.
So you loose this arrow, and it flies. You're aiming for his foot?
I'm just aiming for his foot. Maybe even right between his toes if I could be so accurate.
Well, we'll say you hit the foot. But yeah, it goes right into the top of his foot and into the ground.
Good, yeah, I don't really want him to move.
Yeah, a good 1.5 feet at least into the ground. The ground's really wet at this point.
1.5 feet.
Oh!
We're here all day, guys. So it goes through his foot, and he lets out a scream and says, "Why did you do that? God!"
Because you don't know.
I don't know what. Guys, get him! And we're to the top of initiative, which is you.
Which is me. Oh, wow.
That never happens.
Right.
You've taken on a new energy ever since Nulara died.
So can I look around and see who I saw in the forest?
Make a investigation check.
Well, that's a 20.
You see, you give a quick glance to the side. You see one archer for sure off to your right, up in a tree.
Was it Sterling Archer or Mallory Archer?
Wasn't that good of an investigation check. Gonna have to get a little closer to find out. You see one archer off and to the right, and you see movement in the deck kind of down below off to the left.
Okay. I decide to Eldritch Blast off to the right.
Into the person in the tree?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an 18.
That will hit.
Okay, so a beam of crackling energy streaks toward him or her or it, whatever it is.
You get 3 beams, though, right?
I do have 3 beams, so I'm going to roll 3 times. That is a 15.
15 will not hit.
That is a 20, not natural.
Yes, that will hit. So you get 2 beams.
Okay, so I have 2 beams. I'm going to... Do I see 2 off to my right, 1 to my left?
You see one archer up in the trees. There's the guy in front of you, and you see movement from the trees lower down off to your left.
All right, well, I'm going to hit with both Eldritch Blasts the person up in the trees, because I kind of want to leave the other guy alive, because I want him to know.
Okay.
Tom's face, I was like, oh, this is the crazy Amy playing D&D I remember.
I'm into it.
So the damage on this guy's 1d10? Yeah, 1d10 force damage. 2. Ooh, and a 9. So 11 force damage. To dude in tree. Please tell me I knock him from the tree.
So both bolts fly from your hands and...
They're purple.
Both purple bolts fly from your hands and strike the archer, and you hear him yell out as an arrow goes flying up into the canopy on the other side, and you hear crackling branches as he falls to the ground and takes another 2 damage as he hits the ground. So it's 11.
Yeah.
The guy out in front, it is his turn. Davey. It is Davey's turn.
Bring it, Davey.
And he looks down at his foot, and he's trying to figure out how to pull... He's just making motions towards his foot. He's trying to figure out how to get this out of his foot, and you see him break it off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's not pulling it either way.
I know, I was going to question his sanity at that point.
You see him break it off and lift his foot up over the last bit, and he's, oh, God, you guys are terrible! And he pulls and draws his sword and begins rushing the carriage. It's the middle time.
Do. It's middle time.
It's middle time. Welcome back to the middle, everybody. This is where we tell you about all the crazy cool things we have going on. And September has been a wild and crazy.
It's been a wild ride, you guys.
It really has been.
Yeah, it really has been.
First off, let us tell you to stop slamming doors as soon as I start talking.
You could have waited to talk as you saw me trying to put my dice away.
You start moving as soon as I start talking.
That's not true.
First off, let me tell you about all of the cool new Patreon tiers. And by me, I mean all of us.
All of us.
Because we're a group. We have new Patreon tiers. And we want you to go check them out. Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. We have a whole ton of new exclusive content going on. Like what, Tom? Tell us. Give us a little hint, nudge, nudge at what some of that sweet goodness is.
Exclusive content up the yin-yang. Let me tell you that much. We have, 20 plus hours?
I'm sure we've got to be close to 30 by the end of this month.
Yeah, there we go. We've got all sorts of bonus content for you in the Patreon tiers, and you can get in on that for as little as $2 per month. That's all it takes.
That show you get at $2 a month, Tom runs.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one.
We do a game called the Side Scrollers that I DM, where Russ, Amy, and Carla play 3 completely different characters. Same world that we're set in, but nothing to do with the other timelines that we got going on.
Trust me, we just played 2 episodes coming up. It has nothing to do with anything that we have going on.
Nope.
No, it is.
Truth.
It is out there, man.
But very fun. And we want you to go check that out. At the $5 tier, we got some other bonus stuff. What do we got over there, Carla?
Well, more bonus content. We are just giving you too much of us, maybe? Couldn't be too much.
Couldn't be.
Dumbgeons downtime, where we kind of do a quick little recap about each episode, about like what we thought about it, how funny we think we are, how much we cried, whatever.
All that usual stuff.
Lots
all that
of
usual
emotions.
stuff. So that comes out every week. And then all the other stuff, plus other extra bonus episodes. And you get early access to our new podcast. It's coming soon. It's called Facing Fate. So just $5, plus all the stuff that was in that $2 tier as well, of course.
There's a whole bunch of other great stuff. We even put, one of the biggest feedback was that people wanted to play games with us. And you know what? We're doing that this month.
It's very exciting.
Arguably one of our the most exciting tier, I think, is our $100 tier, which is our pie in the sky tier, if you will. And you get to play in a monthly 2-hour max one shot with at least 2 cast members, 1 DM and 1 player, and the audio will then be released to the community as like an extra monthly episode, but just ultra special because we get to play with you, and we have someone playing with us this month. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome.
Oh my god. You know who you are.
It's super exciting, but there's room for more. So you can come play too if you want.
There are, yeah.
We
There can be how many people?
4.
There can be 4 people who join us.
One thing to clarify with that tier is that you don't have to sign up with it for every month. We understand that it is a very expensive tier.
That would be lucrative.
We've had many questions as to, how long do I got to stay? You pay for a month, you play a game, and then you can drop down to a lower tier wherever you're more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a special treat or it's something you want to do for the rest of forever,
Sure,
we won't stop
God,
you.
I will play with you every month
In the game.
in the sandbox, wherever. No, we will play a game with you
Absolutely.
every month if that's what you want. That's what we want.
Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. Go check out all those sweet new tiers. Lots of other great, cool stuff up there. Now some other things that we've got going on. In Edmonton, which is where Amy and I are, there's this thing called Edmonton Expo, which is like our Comic-Con here. And we're going to be playing a live show there, all 4 of us.
If you don't speak Russese, he means we are going to be playing a live show, and Tom and Carla are going to be coming to join us.
yeah.
That's what I said.
Some people's ears don't reach that register of...
Sorry.
But the
did
dogs
that.
listening will love it.
Yeah, the dogs are really into it. We will be in Edmonton doing a live show on Saturday, September 21st.
At 12:45.
We would love to see you there. We are so excited to see each other and play a game around the table, but it would be extra dope if you were there.
It sure would be.
We're going to try to record the content.
We are going to record
We are
the content.
going to record the content.
So if you...
No, go ahead.
No,
You really
you
want
do
to
it.
say it.
You do it.
No, you want to say
No.
it so bad. So if you aren't able to come and see us, we will get you that audio, and it will be like you're experiencing it with us there. Well, now you can talk. God damn it.
So we got that live show going on, which is going to be super sweet. But then it was also announced this week that the new podcast From Wizards of the Coast, that's starting next week. And guess what? We're a part of that too.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
episode
Yeah.
2.
We are episode 2.
Come with us on a trip into hell.
As far as the relay goes, I don't know what they call that second position. It's not the anchor. It's the second
I think it's
position.
probably just the second position
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
7 podcast relay.
Yeah.
Right.
Second position, but not second fiddle.
So that's going to be released on the Dungeon Delve podcast RSS feed. I'll link it down in the description. Check that out. There'll be 7 episodes along with podcast North by Northwest, How We Roll, Royal Nerd Theater, Dungeon Drunks, Red Moon Role Playing, and The Broadswords. And it was organized by Victoria Rogers of the Broadswords, and Daniel Kwan of Asians Represent. We're very excited to be part of that. Ours is episode 2. And no, I can't tell you any spoilers because I don't want to spoil the content. So you just got to listen to it.
But it's fun.
But it's so much fun. Anyways, we've talked you in your ear off for too long. So get back to that episode. Hope you're not crying too much. Sorry. Not sorry. Bye.
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 Flint, it's your turn.
And how close is he?
How far away did you guys stop from him?
I would say pretty close, 20 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Sure, yeah, then he's within 15. He's moving towards.
I'm going to do that really cool thing in Kung Fu movies where the hero just, like, slowly approaches, and you're like, oh, no, like, something bad's going to happen.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to swing my axe. Oh, I guess I'm using my Moist Tongue Longsword, since it's back in my possession.
Yep.
I'm going to, under my breath, say moist, because it's still embarrassing for Flint when he has to say it out loud.
But is it really intimidating if you're walking slowly towards someone and you just go, moist?
Moist. All right, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. We
roll with it.
Changed opinion on this. As Flint slowly walks towards this man, he just kind of, not super loudly, but looks him right in the eyes. He's walking towards him and just says, moist. And then, like...
Which kind of stops him in his tracks, and he's like, what?
Yeah. Hey, don't kill him all the way dead, okay, Flint?
Okay.
Okay.
Can do. Russ, I would like to not kill him all the way dead, if at all possible.
Non-lethal damage. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so first attack is a 24.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will hit.
It's 14 damage. Oh, plus there's cold damage. Hang on here. 14 plus... and 8, so 22 damage. 8 of which is cold.
Okay, so you move forward slowly, stupefying Davy with your moist, and strike into his like arm and shoulder there, and the skin it becomes blackened from the cold damage, and he's like he lets out a big guttural and he drops to a knee.
He's still fighting the good fight?
Well, I mean, he's dropped to a knee and he's got a pretty big open gaping flesh wound, but he's still alive and because you non-lethal damage, but still conscious.
Okay. Next attack was only a 14.
14 will not hit. Goes off of his armor.
And third attack's a 21.
That will hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is 6 and another 6 of cold damage, so 12 all said and done.
At this point, Thea puts her feet up, like up, you know? Like if she were at a desk, her feet would be on the desk. I'm not sure how that works at a carriage. Also, is Tiny pulling our carriage? Because I really feel like he would be.
You tell me.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, absolutely. Tiny is pulling your carriage. There are the other two, Buttercup and Tiny, Buttercup, and
Clip Clop, Russ.
Clip Clop. I didn't prepare for the horses to come back.
Sure, we don't need all three, but I say we have all three
there.
anyway because it's nostalgia.
Yep.
Also, probably want to give Buttercup back too.
You strike again into Davy, more blackened, like frost-bitten wound along his other side, and he drops his longsword into the mud, and he looks up at you and says, Okay, we're sorry. You hear where the archer fell, kind of a groaned, as you hear somebody trying to stand up. Flint, you catch an arrow in the back.
Oh, I guess they're not sorry enough.
From off to the left. And you're going to take 7 piercing damage as this... Oh, no, that was a crit 20. Sorry. That is 16 piercing damage as this goes straight through your shoulder.
Okay, I'm going to down that by 3 because of my heavy armor mastery.
You've taken the bolt, and then you hear, coming off to the left there, heavy footsteps and a guttural call as a man with a axe comes running out towards you, swinging. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be 14 slashing damage to you.
I will take 11 of that.
So you have an axeman, Davy, in front of you.
Thea's chilling like a villain behind.
Chilling like a villain, although you have seen the arrow kind of go through, well, not kind of.
Yeah.
Come out and go
watching
through.
Still.
And we're back to the top, and it is your turn, Thea.
You didn't close your eyes when you kicked your feet up.
That does sound like something I would do. So I hop down and I walk out, and as I do so, is there a way I can, like, prepare a spell and make it look fucking super cool? Like think, like, Storm in X-Men, like how she would raise up off, her eyes would go white, things would get weird, you know shit's about to happen, but it doesn't quite happen.
Okay, tell me what you do.
Okay.
So tell me what you want to do, and then we'll figure out how it... Yeah.
Because I'm really going for an intimidation tactic here.
Okay, so we'll go for an intimidation move, but you're using a spell...
Yes, I'm going to use...
Before you release it.
Exactly. I'm going to use Call Lightning. Okay. So I'm going to take a page out of Flint's book, and I'm going to walk forward creepily. Actually, first, because, okay, here's what I'm imagining, right? So we've got, like, poor Nulara's body in the back, the carriage. We've got Tiny in the middle, the 2 other, like, seemingly itty-bitty ponies to either side, right? Well, I hop up and I walk on top of Tiny. So I'm huge, and I'm up there, right? And so I put my hands out to the side, and because it was already raining and very scarily, like, you know, outside, I'm going to call lightning. And so I'm going to create a storm cloud right above us. Like, all the scary booming, crashing, you can see it all. And I look down at them and I say, I will give you 1 chance to surrender to the Decimators of Dragons.
Make an intimidation roll.
I have to fucking roll after all that?
Yeah.
It's like a 1. They're like, I'm not scared of you.
You're fine.
It's a 1. They're not scared of me. I would also just like to say...
You didn't say anything. It's an audio podcast.
Right. Well, some people are watching. I just showed my shirt. It is the Doomed and Determined shirt with a D20 filled with 1s.
Go to our TeePublic store to...
Yeah, get one of those. If it represents you as much as it represents me.
Oh, well, okay. Plus your intimidation. You don't get a natural 1. Like, that doesn't count for...
Okay, fine. It's a 3.
Okay. They see you, and you see kind of a hint of fear, and then they're like, we can take you. And you don't scare them at all.
All right, well then...
Whose turn is Donnie going on? We didn't determine that. Because Donnie's got to go on a turn.
Should Donnie go on my turn?
Sure.
Hey, no, wait a minute. You get 3 turns. I want Donnie.
Okay.
Right now we're fighting over, like, custody of, like a poor orphaned child.
There's his stats there. So,
okay.
What do you want him to do?
Okay, well, while I'm being scary, I'll say, oh, I don't scare you? Well, maybe he will. He is going to flat forward and use Weakening Breath. Because, I mean, in the back of our minds, we know we're good guys, but these guys are being dill holes. And while I prefer not to kill any of them,
sure,
I obviously couldn't intimidate them.
So who are you targeting? If you're targeting the 2 guys on the ground by Flint, you're going to get Flint as well.
Oh, well, I don't want him to get Flint, so maybe he's just gonna fly and bite. He's gonna bite Axeman.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use that. The one that rolled the 1. Well, that only rolled a 6. Plus 6 is 12.
No, 12 does not hit, but I'll give you another intimidation roll on that. With Donnie's, what's intimidation? Charisma. Donnie gets a +3.
17.
As they don't seem phased, which is ridiculous, by your call lightning. Out of the carriage comes a medium-sized gold dragon. And he flaps his wings up in the air, flies forward, and basically swoops by the axe, which sends him stumbling backwards, and he falls into the mud. He's now prone. Davy as well falls backwards, and you hear from off in the trees, "Holy fuck!" And you hear footsteps. One kind of scaling down a tree, the other one begins booking it into the woods. So it is Davy's turn. And
is it not my turn?
You already went. Yours was call lightning.
I didn't use it.
Well, you were intimidating. I thought that was it.
No, if they weren't scared of it, I was gonna burn them with it.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I thought we were just jumping backwards at Donnie there for a minute.
I thought you were done your stuff. So.
No, because if it didn't scare them, I was absolutely gonna use it.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna call fucking lightning.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do. Oh, it just happens. That's nice.
So who are you aiming for?
I am going to. Oh God, I don't want to kill anybody.
There's no with magical damage. There's no.
I can't hold back.
Aim for the Axeman. He's fallen prone.
He hasn't taken any damage yet. All right. So I point to the Axeman, and a bolt of lightning flashes down. And he's not near anybody, is he?
No, he's fallen prone, so he's like 10 feet away from Flint. 5 to 10 feet away.
Good. So you must take a dexterity saving throw.
Nope.
Good.
That's like a 6.
3d10.
Also, if you're prone, I would imagine you would have like disadvantage at best.
I rolled a 2. Yeah.
If you're outdoors in stormy conditions when you cast a spell, the spell gives you control over the existing storm instead of creating a new one. And under such conditions, the spell's damage increases by 1d10.
Canonically, there is a storm going on.
4d10. Suck on that. 2.
He's going to suck on that lightning.
He's going to suck. I'm going to put my rod of lightning right inside of his mouth, and he's going to suck on it. I apologize, listeners. No, I don't. Not really.
No, you don't.
Not really. Oh. Okay, here we go. That is 14, 17, 19 lightning damage.
I was expecting like 32, but that was still good.
Your call lightning comes down and like hits the chest plate of this axe warrior, and it goes out into all of his limbs, and he is now seemingly unconscious on the ground. There's smoke coming up from his chest. You're uncertain if he's alive or dead.
He is in a dark place.
It is Davy's turn, and he sees all of this happen, and he's fallen backwards into the mud with Flint standing over top of him, and he's like, okay, you're good. Don't hurt me.
Last time you said that, my buddy got an arrow in the back.
Yeah, I know, but didn't you hear them leave? There was only the 2 of them. It's like, I don't even have a weapon anymore, I'm sorry.
I jump off the horse and I go, you better not be related to Nulara Moonbrook.
Who?
Good. Wouldn't that be fucking awful if I just, killed her?
It would be less than ideal.
I mean, that would be kind of a dick move for me to...
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Cinder Brothers. Whoops.
So where's your boss,
sorry.
friend?
You want to know where the boss is, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if we just decided to say that none of this ever happened? I go on my way, and you go on your way.
I don't know. I don't know, Flint, if he's learned his lesson.
I mean, let's see here. Arrow through the knee, or arrow through the foot.
Foot, yeah.
Got a couple slices on the old chest.
Yep.
I mean, he's pissed himself, so...
Yeah, that's awkward.
I thought the rain would hide that,
It didn't.
but yeah.
We are Flint and Thea
Okay.
and Nulara. You owe your lives to us. Now in more ways than one.
Wait. You're Flint, Thea, and Nulara. Fuck. Okay. Yep. My boss's name is Axel Morelli. And his headquarters is in Hellgate Dell. Kind of corner of High Forest.
Well, we're gonna tell you what. If you see us coming to the compound, you get the fuck out of there, because we're not gonna spare you again.
I'm not even going to be at the compound.
Oh, good. Then get the fuck out of here, then.
Okay, yep. Okay,
Let's say something inspiring. Honest living, motherfucker.
yeah, okay.
Go.
He
And take your smoky friend with you.
he scrambles up and out of the mud. You see him move for his long sword.
Nope. You're gonna
He's-
leave
yeah,
that there.
Nope, that's fair.
That's ours now.
That's understandable. Okay, come on, Benson. Let's go. You see him kind of drag his friend and reach for a pulse. He's like, he's dead. Maybe I could leave him here.
No, you
Okay.
take him with you. It is your fault.
He's dragging him as you're saying this. He's like, yeah, I got it. I
Bury him
got it.
somewhere.
Okay, thank you.
Flint, I totally killed that guy. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I mean, they kind of had it coming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Plus, that fucking cool lightning show thing you did, I was intimidated. I liked it.
Thank you. Good God.
You pack yourselves back up, tend to your wounds, and head back on the trail. It's another few hours. Anything notable that you guys want to discuss before you get to the Moonbrook branch, for lack of a better term?
Question, Russ, what was the name of that place that the boss was in?
Hellgate Dell.
Because,
The
I mean,
name-
maybe this guy's been hassling Nulara's family and we need to go take care of him. We'll find out.
Maybe. Would you say we're traveling for another 4 hours?
Sure.
Okay. I go into a trance at that time. With the help of weed.
So, no talking whatsoever. Got it.
No, yeah, I go into a trance. I respond with mm-hms, and I gain back my spell slot.
Short rest, if you're so inclined there. Flint.
I don't need it. I'm fine.
Barely got it.
I just wanted my spell slot back.
Yep. Cool. Okay. I mean, I'll give you an extra 15 minutes if there's anything you want to discuss before you get to...
I mean, I don't know. I think we're
Oh, I
both
have
in the
something.
same boat, I think.
Flint, do you know if they sent a message ahead? Does her family know we're coming?
I'm gonna say that, yes. We'll flash back to Leosin. Leosin says, we're sending message ahead before your arrival. Cut in. It's fine.
Okay, good, because I really didn't want to be the one to break the news.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to show up and present what our cargo for that.
Oh, God, don't call her cargo. Next time, say angry bees. What are you carrying back there? Angry bees.
Angry bees, of course. That makes way more sense.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna sit in silence for a minute here.
Yep. You round a final bend that opens up into a larger clearing. You've seen from a little while ago smoke kind of rising, not like serious smoke, but like smoke from smokestacks for fires and that sort of thing. And you come into the clearing and you see a couple people tending to some of the crops surrounding the complex, the area. and they hear your carriage and look up, and you see a noticeable drop in their posture, in their body language. And the two come to meet you on the trail, and they say, we haven't had many people through here recently, and it's, are you Flint and Thea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. I'm Johnzik. This is Rulin. We received word that what you're doing here. Come with us, and they lead you up the road and into the community. People begin to come out of their houses as they see you come, and it's not much needs to be said, I don't think. The brothers, Johnzik, Rulin, Grun, Fabrier, Belur, and Verez all help you unpack the carriage, taking good care of the casket that was packed and more or less hidden beneath some other things in case of somebody coming and looking in. They pull the casket out and take it to a building kind of to the back of their community. Rulin comes up to you as this is all happening, and he says, the message didn't really have much in terms of what happened. Were you two with her when she died?
We were. She fought bravely.
Good. She said she'd be back. She's just hoping under better circumstances, I guess. Come. We'll make a meal. And there's been talk of a burial ceremony next to our parents. We'll do that later, after everybody's had a chance to say goodbye.
I hug him.
He kind of goes a little stiff at your hug.
I hug him a little tighter, and then I say, Nulara wasn't much of a hugger at first either.
No, she isn't. It wasn't, was she? He returns the hug and leads you to a communal house where everybody's kind of preparing a meal. You sit down with all of Nulara's family. Some of the kids come up and start showing you different things of theirs.
Like kids do.
Like
Look at
kids
this
do.
rock I
Kids
found.
totally do.
Yeah. That's what kids do. It's fine.
Cool rock, kid.
They make a meal. Everybody sits down. It's a pretty somber occasion, obviously. There's not much chatter that goes on until the end of the night. All the kids are being put to sleep. And everybody's tidying up, and you're sitting with Johnzik. And he says, we hadn't seen much of Nulara until she was able to come home, which was amazing. She mentioned how much she loved the two of you, and how you were family to her. Thank you for making sure she wasn't alone.
We're sorry. We couldn't do more.
She told me that it was going to be something that was hard won and hard fought, and that there was a chance that she wasn't going to come back. So, in some way, I was prepared for this day. In other ways, you can't. You just can't. But don't be sorry. You were with her until the end, fighting beside her, being with her. It's really, she wasn't meant to stay here. She was meant to be out there, adventuring, fighting, doing right. And the outcome, as hard as it is, it's what she wanted. To see the world, the country free.
I raise my glass. I assume we have glasses. There's no way anyone's doing any of this
I
sober.
would have to think so.
I raise my glass and I say, to Nulara, she saved us all.
Here, here.
He raises his glass as well and takes a big swig.
So I could never ever ask before, but any good embarrassing stories?
The songs Nowhere Land, Lost Time, Blue Feather, The Machine Thinks, and At Rest are by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.filmmusic.io. Dumbgeons and Dragons is a Dumb Dragons production.